Assalamu alaikum. I'm MD Riyadul Islam Riyad. My ID is 212154154. Now I'm presenting the economic demand. First of all, we know about the economic demand introduction. First of all, we know what is economic demand. Economic demand is a quantity of goods or services that consumers are willing to able to buy at a given price in the time period. Then secondly, we know about what is important economic demand. Yes, economic demand is a fundamental concept that economic refers to the willingness and ability of the customer to buy goods and services at a given price in a given time period. Demand is important for economic growth because it drives in commerce, innovation, and foreign. Secondly, we know about the types of economic demand. We know two types of economic demand, individual demand and market demand. What is individual demand? Individual demand refers to the quantity of goods or services that an individual customer is willing and able to buy at a given price in a given time period. It is influenced by factors such as income, preferences, and price or related goods. And market demand refers to the goal quantity of a good and services that all consumers in a market are willing to able to buy at a given price in a given time period. It is the sum of all individual demand in the market. Talk law of demand. We know the law of demand, other things remain the same. The higher price of a good, the smaller is the quantity demand, and the lower price of a good, the greater the quantity demand. In this means when good price is high, then demand is low, and good price is low, then demand is high. Now I'm telling about relationship between price and quantity demand. The price of a good or services increases, the quantity demand decreases in vice versa. The relationship is concept to certain the condition remaining constant such as the price related good, customer income and preferences. We see the picture in this here. X-axis is the quantity demand and Y-axis is the price. In this here we see when price is 50 cent, then her demand is 25, and the fifth step is demand is $2.50, then her demand is 5, that is the lower demand. So we say when price is high, then demand is low. Now uh, determines to the demand. First of all, I say price. When price is high, then demand is low, and price is low, demand is high. At the same thing of income, when income is high, demand is high, and income is low, demand is low. The third of all, I say preferences and tastes. The preferences and tastes are consumer reflect their like and dislike in certain goods and services. Changes performance and testing shift the demand curve to right to left, right, or depend on the whether goods become a service more or less desirable. And price of related goods or substitutes and complements. The price related goods are affected to the demand goods and services. Complements are goods that are used together, such as car, cologne used, and substitutes are goods that can be used in a place of the each other, such as tea or coffee. Fifthly, I say the futuristic price. The exception of a consumer about the future price is good and services influence their current demand. If consumers accept the price of goods services that rise to the future, and they may increase their current demand to buy it a lower price. Conversely, it accept the price is falling in future. They may reserve the current demand of to wait for a better deal. The last of all, I say the number of buyers in market. The number of buyers in market affect to the total demand in the goods and services. That is the market, the number of buyers will increase the market demand. While it decrease the number of buyers, that will decrease the market demand. And I say demand schedule and demand curve. Demand schedule is a table that shows the quantity or goods or services consumer are willing and able to buy. Different price list quantity demand for each point. Holding to all other graphical factor, demand curve graphical representation is a schedule showing the relationship between price or goods. The demand curve shows the right from the left to right, indicating that the price of goods services, the quality demand is the decreases. In the side we see here is the table. Here the table in this table has two data, and is original demand and the new demand. In this say first of all, when original demand, when the price is 50 cent, then her demand is 22. In this section, x-axis is quantity demand, million of a per week, and price dollar per bar. So in this 5 step, the first step A, here when 50 cents, when price is 50 cents, then demand is 22, and the last demand is price is $2.50, then her demand is 5. Here is we see when price is higher, then demand is low, and here is create a new demand. When is 50 cents, then her demand is 32, and when dollar price is $2.50, then her demand is 15. In this here we saw when demand, when price, when income is better, and then her demand is higher. When income is lower, her demand is lower. So in this here the two curve on the new curve demand. Here is the effect of income. Let us say when demand is high, then the curve shifted the right, and when demand is low, the demand curve is shifted to left. And lastly, I brief my presentation conclusion. To understanding economic demand is crucial for negating the complex landscape and economics. We have explored the interfaces of individual and market demand, delved into the fundamental law of demand that discusses the various determinants shaping consumer behavior, from the elasticity of demand and demand curve to the equilibrium between supply and demand. We have uncovered the dynamic forces driving economic transaction. So thank you. Assalamu alaikum.